Let's go.
Got that 49 on.
I got vision. Meets back to the business. Meets back to the trenches. You ain't even got a mention. I got vision. I got vision. Meets back to the business. Meets back to the trenches. You ain't even got a mention. I got vision. I got vision. I got vision. What? I got vision. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Friday Night Live. I am with my boys tonight, JT, Young Bakes, Uncle Juice. We got Hybrid Promotions actually waiting in the lobby to join us at some point tonight for a minute. We are coming to you from the Self-Made Sound Studios. As always, we are brought to you by Hybrid Promotions. Gentlemen, did you guys enjoy your off week?
Most definitely.
That's very nice.
Yeah, we had a nice little show.
Time to read juice. I hope y'all had a good show.
Yeah, show was good, other than the fact that I was sick, about as sick as could be.
You still did good on your performance, though. I was very, very proud of you.
Yeah, it was a good show indeed. JT, did you do anything that off week? Did you do anything extra with your time?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember doing anything too crazy. Just kind of hunkered down now with freezing shit out there. So
yeah. Well, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it here. We're gonna start with the Huskers tonight. Let me see if I can find it here. They are now 19-0 after their win against Washington on, I believe that was Wednesday.
Go ahead, Drizzy.
I like it, man. I like it. You know, the boys is coming out there. They playing with confidence. You can see it. Like that picture says it all. You know, the agony of defeat, and, you know, the greatness of victory. You know, the thing about when you are undefeated, it's almost a gift and a curse because you definitely want to feel like I'm the greatest team and I'm on the greatest player on the greatest team, but you can get to a level of complacency. You can get to a level where you're doing a lot of ritualistic type of things and you stop getting away from what got you there and you get into other things that end up actually distracting you.
Bakes?
Yeah, I just feel like, they're just going out there playing really, really good basketball. We're not squeaking by. We're winning with confidence. It seems like the coach's son is really like the heartbeat of the team with everything he does. I recently heard other coaches just shouting him out. I know Michigan State's coach said he's the hardest working college basketball player in the nation. Um, it's just with that being said, it's just really good to see us go out there and do something different. We haven't been this happy about Nebraska sports since like 1997. So, I mean, just for us to just maintain 19 in a row, actually 23 in a row, but 19 in a row this season, it's just a tremendous mark for our fellas, and we're playing some really, really good ball.
Yeah, they're kind of just coming out week after week and just kind of taking it to teams, and now they're kind of getting into a point in their schedule where they might not be looking at their first loss for a couple weeks. I do apologize there if it seemed like I was not paying attention at all. We did kind of lose some stuff, so I was trying to pull that back up. I appreciate you guys kind of filling in for me there.
No problem.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. Like I grew up with the Huskers, you know, when we won the national and parades on Dodge Street and stuff like that. And it would be so nice to just bring that back to the state of Nebraska because it's been a rough few years for a lot of people, especially in the Midwest. And so it's nice to see teams like Nebraska, Indiana, like Midwest wholesome teams. Like, you can go to a nice tailgate, get you a good bowl of chili, meet some cool people. So we just trying to bring that vibe back to, the Midwest, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and speaking of staying in the Midwest here, we're gonna kind of jump over the river for the three of us and head over to Iowa here, where Iowa State finally gets back on track after a 2-week skid. It's probably a good thing we didn't have a show last week, because it would have been, is this the beginning of the lull? But they pulled it out. Joshua Jefferson with a triple-double in that game as well. JT, what did you like what you saw from them on Thursday night there?
Yeah, it was just nice to see him. Nice to see him get on track. It's been a really tough stretch there. We kind of like you'd mentioned, a lot had happened since our last show. We were talking about with undefeated Iowa State potentially matching up with like an undefeated Arizona. One of the greatest non-conference, or one of the greatest regular season basketball games of all time, and and then this happened. So, I mean, I'm not too worried about that in the long term, about that losing streak. I think it's it's kind of cliche to say, but sometimes it's something that needs to happen. I'd rather them do that now than later. I guess if you don't mind, I want to flip back to Nebraska real quick. They have a really big game on Tuesday. They play Michigan. We had talked about maybe Iowa State, Arizona being one of the biggest regular season games of all time. You're looking at right now, Michigan is the number 3 ranked team in the nation. As long as
that's right.
Right now they're pretty neck and I'm literally watching them right now. They're neck and neck with Ohio State.
I got them on the back.
And as long as Nebraska continues to take care of business, that could be a top 5 matchup. So again, that's Tuesday night at 6 on Peacock. I just want to give a shout out to that. That's a big game. That's probably the biggest game of the season in college basketball. That's really exciting. It's a big opportunity for Nebraska. I don't feel like they're quite getting the love in the rankings that they should be.
No, they're not.
It took them a while to break the top 10, and I thought that wasn't fair, especially after when they beat Michigan State. So, as you can see, they've got a tough stretch coming up: Michigan, Illinois, Purdue. Yeah, it's been impressive to see these Cornhuskers.
Yeah, we prefer not to get all that fluff and all that praise, because I truly feel that we will most definitely keep up our pace. I'm not saying that we're going to go undefeated all season, but what I could truly tell you is we're going to be out there handling business, doing things the right way, playing good ball, good team ball, great communication, great transition defense. What's really, really important in that Michigan game, we got to clean up on the boards, and we got to knock down our free throws. I think that's going to be the driving force to win that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's basics of the game, man. You got to play tight defense. You gotta hit the shots that are uncontested. Free throw is uncontested. That's empty calories, empty buckets. But I think it's beautiful the fact that we're undefeated, but it's gonna be interesting to see how we come back if we do lose or when we do take a loss. I am kind of under the impression I almost want to take a loss before we get to the tournament just to see how our boys bounce back from it. But I definitely am not mad at an undefeated season. You can see the boys get more confidence out there, believing in their abilities and learning to play as a team. And that's all the things that really matters in basketball, team continuity. But I agree, we got to clean up on the boards. Nebraska and Michigan is low-key becoming a little rivalry, man. We really ain't never rocked with them cats too much. And, hopefully it'll get better in some of the other sports. But, yeah, I definitely want to see our boys go out there and play with confidence and keep underestimating us. We just a little Midwest team. Just keep playing us to the left as a little Midwest team. We'll just keep coming out there, bringing the meat and keep cooking.
Yeah. If they get past that Purdue game there on February 10th, as I had it up, it'd be interesting to see where that first loss might come. Like you said, you don't really want to go all the way to the tournament season with no losses, because it's been, 50 years almost since the last team went undefeated, and it's just so hard to do anymore, especially with the way that the tournament's set up.
Yeah, and I guess I'll kind of use that to jump back to Iowa State. That's kind of what we're looking at now, is that it's kind of nice to get that out of the way. And it seems like that after that blowout win against UCF, it seems like that maybe Iowa State's getting back on track. It was nice to see Torrey start to hit some 3-pointers. I know, Josh, what you and I talked about is that teams had really started to key on that. Torrey doesn't really show that long range game too much, and it was really creating issues on offense. Guys were really sagging off on him, and it really hurts you.
Yeah,
Hurts you on offense.
he reminds me of Lipsy when he was a freshman.
Yeah,
there was a stretch there where they wouldn't go within 10 feet of him, and now he's kind of a guy you can't leave open. So I think he'll come around eventually. It's just he's young. He's actually kind of maybe come out of his slump. I guess we'll see. Time will tell on that. But they got an important stretch of games coming up here starting in February. I mean, that's where they get to the meat and the potatoes of what they're going to have to prove they can do.
Yeah, for sure. So it's important to get. It seems like they're getting right. We'll see what they got against Oklahoma State tomorrow. That'll kind of be an interesting game with the start time getting moved back because of the weather. Hopefully that doesn't mess them up too much. I'm not too concerned. Ott seems to get those guys ready to go no matter what. But yeah.
What time did they push
I
that
think-
game back
Oh,
to?
go ahead.
It's a 2.
Oh, it's at 2 now.
I don't know what it was before, but it's a 2 now.
I thought it was like maybe 11 or something. I know it was supposed to be early, or I thought maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Bakes?
ESPN has 2. But
Oh, that's right. Bakes.
Yeah, I think the bounce back matters. After you guys took those 2 losses, come out there and perform as well as you guys did. I think that's amazing. I think early adversity kind of tells you what your team really is, and that's something you can build on. The culture, the leadership. What's really changed for you guys this season versus last season?
They have a better stretch 5 this year. More athletic. He can do more. He doesn't wear concrete shoes more or less down in the paint. He's able to get out and cover on the wing, and that's kind of shored up their defense a lot better. Momcilovic's defense has gotten a lot better as well. And then not only that, he's also shooting almost 55% from 3-point range at this point in the season, and he's made almost 80 of them already, I believe. I think he's got maybe 20 more makes than anyone else that's above. Or no, he's got more makes than any attempts for anyone else over 50%.
yeah, and I completely agree with what you said. You got Buchanan, who is just a much better fit at the 5. You got Momcilovic starting to make his shots. You got Jefferson really honing in that ability to take over a game, as you can see on the stat line there. And I guess the other thing that we'll say is kind of something we talked about at the start of the season is that you have another elite on-ball defender at the guard position that kind of takes some of the heat off of Lipsy and allows him to
absolutely
not get so worn down. So that they've really improved in all facets of their lineup. Where, I mean, it's kind of looking like there might be 3 or 4 Cyclones drafted in the NBA draft this next year. So I guess it's kind of a good and a bad thing, and I guess that's probably a conversation for another day. But yeah, just their ability to improve in all facets of their lineup has been critical.
Yeah, and then
Drizzy?
Crazy thing about win streaks is when you winning and you hot, it feels super easy to win and super hard to lose. And when you lose, it's super hard to lose. Them boys had to come through adversity. They had to check deep within themselves and, go through some self-doubt, and they came through it and they came out better. To see a stat line like that from a player with a triple-double like that, you guys are truly blessed to have that level of athleticism on your team. And that's why I'm glad there wasn't an episode of, the sky is falling. You got to have faith in your team, man. Like, with my team, I'm going to tell y'all 100%. I'm going to bet the Niners is going to win every time, man, because I got confidence in my team. I got confidence in the structure and the people that have been put in place to do what they do. Like, if you have that type of a team And Iowa State, pretty much my whole life, has always been a very well run athletic organization. Like y'all always seem to grab players that people don't seem to think y'all could get. Y'all always seem to do things that other people underestimate y'all doing. And a lot of that is being in Ames, Iowa, and not being the main focus of the state of Iowa. It's always Hawkeyes, Hawkeyes, Hawkeyes. And I tell y'all, if you ever see me in some Iowa Hawkeyes gear, I didn't lost a bet or I'm in the sunken place and it's an old white man inside me and y'all need to come help me. But you can see you might catch me in some Iowa State gear. You might catch me rocking that. Like I rock with the Cyclones because y'all team constantly finds different ways to win when y'all lose. And that is the true essence of a good team and a good organization. We losing and things is getting rough. We're gonna hold some accountability and we're gonna find a way to change things to get back to those winning ways. For y'all to have a 30-point win after that skid, I think you're gonna be all right. And I think that skid really has some people peel back the band-aids and look to see who was underneath and what character y'all gonna bring moving forward.
Yeah, sometimes a stumble early is exactly what a team needs to really get things going. I didn't see you guys losing both those games. Kansas was a toss up for me. I know Slim feels a little different. You go down there and play in the field house. You got to be ready to play. I knew you were a little nervous about that matchup, but the second game, I felt like you guys could have most definitely won that one. So it was really, really good to see you guys have played with so much energy and to be so successful in your last matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I know JT, you wanted to kind of finally give Hendo some love here for knocking off the only remaining undefeated team in the Valley this past week. How you feeling after that win? You liking what you're seeing from them finally? Is it coming together a little bit?
Yeah, it seems like maybe it's finally coming together. You know, I can't claim that this team's going to continue to knock off to top teams in the Valley. I'm sure they'll continue to have their growing pains, but it was really nice to see the Bulldogs knock off Murray State. Murray State's I think like a top 90, top 80 Ken Palm team. Obviously, they came into the game undefeated in the Missouri Valley Conference. They'd kind of been the darlings of the offseason. They got a pretty significant NIL infusion. They got a new coach in Ryan Miller, and so they had been riding pretty high. And yeah, it was nice to see the Bulldogs finally kind of put it together. The Knapp Center felt like the Knapp Center of old. So, and like I said, I don't know if it'll continue to be like this. This team will continue to struggle. I'm sure that's just the nature of the business. But this just kind of shows that it's always been in there, that it's in there, and they can do it. And like we've talked about this before, when it comes to college basketball, man, it's especially for mid-major teams, it just comes down to what you do in the conference tournament. And if they're able to recapture what this team did the other night down in St. Louis in March, you could be looking at a four-peat, but we'll see what happens. That's a long ways away.
Yeah, I just seen Brody. He just chimed in the chat. Happy birthday, Brody.
Happy birthday, Brody.
Hey, happy birthday, big dog.
Yes, sir. It's good to see him in the comments today. That's nice.
Yeah, we appreciate him. We try to react to everything live. So if you got something you want to say or you want to chime in on something, let us know.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing to see these small schools out here doing their thing, man. With NIL, it kind of spreads out the playing field in a weird way. The talent that's supposed to be where it needs to be is going to get there, but in different ways. Not everybody's out here chasing a bag. Some players out here really want to develop. They really are about team camaraderie, and they just trying to get to the next level the right way. And I think eventually it'll balance itself out because the bag chasers they're gonna self fill each other out. The people out here who want to hoop, like this young man right here, I doubt he's there for a bag. I'm sure he's there just for the love of the game.
Yeah, it was really nice to see JQ put he's been kind of the floor general of the team, but he kind of struggling to put it together again with all these new guys. It's their first year together, and the 34 points, 6 boards, 3 steals. It was a hell of a game for JQ.
Yeah, I think as you guys continue to get hot, I think your run is going to be in the tournament or close to tournament time. I would not sleep on Drake basketball. You guys are very, very formidable. This season has been kind of a roller coaster for you, but I feel like you guys are getting back to the basics, getting back to what works. I see the communication has been a lot better over the last few weeks. I'm just looking forward to you guys to go out there and get some more dubs, man.
Yeah, that's the hope. Just got to build on it.
Yeah, you guys were kind of talking about championship weekend there and how, that's kind of what it's all going to come down to. See what's going to happen with Drake. I'm going to use that to kind of move into our next topic here, which is going to be the big happening on Sunday this week with the NFC and the AFC championship games. We got the Broncos versus the Patriots, and then we got the Rams versus the Seahawks as the nightcap.
All right.
Yeah,
I think we should. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, obviously, I think the big storyline of this weekend of this championship game is really with the Broncos with losing the quarterback. So I guess I'm curious what you guys think. I know when a team loses its starting quarterback, that's obviously never a good thing. But the Broncos have such a good defense. I still think that they can put up a solid fight against New England. They'll be at home. They'll be Mile High. I don't know if it'll be enough to win the game, but I'm not going to write off Denver just because they lost their quarterback. That defense is so good. Sean Payton, that's a legit coach. But I'm curious what you guys think of Denver's chances without the starting quarterback.
I look at these 4 teams, and let me ask you guys a question. In the AFC championship game, which one of those coaches has been to the Super Bowl as a coach?
That's true.
I think it's Denver's coach, right? Didn't he win like one of the most difficult Super Bowls to win, the Hurricane Katrina Super Bowl? I've been to the stadium in Denver, and I remember as I was walking up to my seat, I got to row 24, and I remembered I had asthma because of the elevation. And when I look back, I believe it says something like 5,200 some odd feet in the air is how far you're in the air when you're in the stadium in Colorado. That air is cold. It cuts through your lungs. Like it hits different. Like, don't be surprised if the first quarter of this game there's no scoring or low scoring because everybody's just trying to catch their breath. But the crazy thing is, if you live in Denver, you're used to the elevation. And I got another weird stat for you. When I look at the Rams and the Seahawks have never not made it to the Super Bowl as the number 1 seed. Every time the Seahawks are the number 1 seed, they make it to the Super Bowl. And they have the number 1 defense. My thing is, when I look at the Rams, I'm worried about that 3 tight end set. That 3 tight end set that they throw out is diabolical. And it's very hard to defend. But both teams have a plethora of talent. Seattle has an immaculate defense. They shut us down to like 13 points in 2 weeks. So I got to tip my hat. I got the Seahawks, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the Denver Broncos, because somebody on this panel didn't have a lot of respect for the Broncos quarterback going into the game, and he cooked. And Jarrett Stidham has played in the league for quite some time. Like, we might have a Nick Foles situation on our hands.
Biggs?
Well, that was me who tore up Bo Nix. My comments remain the same. As we see, he won't be playing in a very, very important game due to an injury, which is extremely unfortunate. I'm just proud to see the Seahawks and the Patriots and the Broncos being in the mix. Beginning of the year, the Rams, yeah, you can see them going pretty far. I did not see this coming. These matchups have been very, very interesting. And the Seahawks and the New England Patriots, both teams have been playing really, really great football. New England's been doing great things with their running backs. Um, Denver's defense is lights out, like you guys said before. Rams are a little banged up, but they're very, very confident, well coached. But the Seahawks, you can't sleep on these guys this year. I don't know who they're paying. A lot of the players are not like household names, and they're just really taking care of business, kind of blue collar. So I'm interested in watching some amazing football. But to be honest with you, I'm going to go with the Rams, and I'm going with the Patriots.
JT.
Yeah, I'm I think that's where I am as well. Rams and Patriots. I got a lot of respect for Drake May. I know that Broncos defense is tough, and I know that's a hell of a home field advantage that the Broncos got. But I've been really impressed with what Mike Vrabel's been able to do with this team. Really kind of getting the New England Patriots back on track to the standard that they're used to after a couple of rough years. So I definitely taking the Patriots, and yeah, I'm gonna go Patriots and Rams. I got a lot of respect for those Rams knocking off the Bears last week. Made me feel really good. So I needed that to happen.
Yeah, what an incredible game that was last
It's
Sunday
gonna be really
night.
difficult to beat the home teams this week. Like that home field advantage, I think is really gonna come into play on Sunday.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
I
good
saw.
point. You look at probably two of the biggest home field advantages in Denver and Seattle right there. So that's a fair point. That probably picking the two road teams there is
Like
maybe
my
goes
heart
against logic a
says
little bit.
pick the teams on the left, but my brain says pick the teams on the right.
Yeah.
I think it's probably gonna end up somewhere in the middle. Probably end up with Patriots and Seahawks or something like that.
Yeah,
Josh, what do you got?
well, I'm not gonna get into too much about the Rams and Seahawks. We know who I'm gonna go with, regardless of what we're looking at here. Rams all day, baby. Especially after going into Chicago last week, pulling it out in overtime after Caleb Williams' miraculous touchdown pass. Basically, the season was on the line. Is about 50 yards, falling backwards, backpedaling into nothing, just hitting Komet there in the corner of the end zone.
Pass interference.
That was a beautiful pass. Beautiful.
I'll give it to
Just
him.
beautiful.
I'll give it. It made it more
Just
exciting.
beautiful.
I'll give it to him.
Yeah, it was a hell of a ball. It was a hell of a ball.
It was a very
He
quiet
was just
house for a
scrambling.
couple quarters.
He was out there scrambling and gambling, and it
I
worked out on
definitely
that play.
enjoyed
For sure.
that better than that fumble from Josh Allen that clearly looked like he threw the ball on the ground.
Or the interception
got
or
a
whatever that
Vegas.
catch that wasn't a catch that they had. They kind of had the same thing in both games.
Oh
Vegas
yeah.
got a Vegas, bro. I tell
It's,
you
al-
that
it's
all
always
the
it's
time.
always in the playoffs. It's catch, not a catch. It seems
Yeah.
like
I
during the
don't
regular
understand
season,
how
it never
one
comes
dude
down
caught
to
it
it.
and the other dude got up with the ball. That was the crazy. It was. I don't think you can do that on the college football or Madden games.
I just don't understand how this stuff doesn't happen all year. Like we don't have anything that comes close to situations like this, and then it seems like every year in the playoffs, like a new scenario has been created that creates a new controversy about what was he in, was he out, was it a catch, was it not a catch, was that an interception? Like it's almost kind of comical how it works out that way sometimes.
We 26 years in the future and we still don't know what a catch is, fellas. That's diabolical work. We've been going through this since Dez Bryant. Like how many dudes caught a ball but didn't catch the ball? Did Calvin Johnson catch the ball or did he catch the ball and fumble and y'all said it wasn't a catch? Make it make sense
Yeah.
and I won't get mad.
Well, then you
I
got
think. Go ahead, Roberts. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, and then you got the Patriots up here. I mean, they go all the way back to the Tuck rule.
Yeah, they've got a lot of advantages to build that dynasty as well.
What were you gonna say, Biggs?
Oh, I just think the refs should be. They have to talk to the media just like the players, just like the coaches.
That's
I
a
think
good
I
they
point.
agree.
bring that. I think you choose two representatives to go out there and explain yourselves because they're getting paid and they just get to hide and they don't get to, you know, if they're scrutinized, people get fined for saying, "Oh, it was terrible reffing." Next thing you know, that's a $45,000 fine. So I think these guys should be held accountable, and they should just go up to that podium and they should explain themselves. I understand being a ref is a hard thing to do, and you're not going to get every play right, but we need some consistency amongst all these games. These guys are fighting for the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? One of
I
the
think
most
twice a
coveted.
game.
It is. It is. It is worth noting that they did
the
fire
ref.
3 of them.
Twice a game, you
Yeah.
should get to throw the flag on the ref, and the ref gets reviewed. Because these games are coming down to human error, which, I mean, that's what a game comes down to naturally anyway. But when it's a million people who can see that your human error is wrong, throw the flag on that human being, not on the play, on that man. You throw the flag on him and you review him for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like if they have to explain themselves on the podium, and the writers and the interviewers are asking the same questions they ask the players always get upset about. I think that would change a lot of these calls in game, and they would most definitely be tighter with that whistle.
Yeah, I mean, at the end
I
of
mean, I
the
know
day,
it. Yeah, it'll probably never happen, but I think that should be a possibility.
I don't know when their bargaining agreement is up, but maybe that's something they'll try and throw in there, or maybe not, because at the end of the day, it makes you tune in.
Flag on the ref, bro. If the ref is egregious, his call is egregious. Everybody in the stands is oohing and eyeing. We all got ears and eyes too. Put that ref
Yeah.
under a microscope, man. We can't keep letting the games come down to people who don't play the game. That's crazy. Because it's so hard to be an NFL player. It's so hard to be a college football player. It takes so much time and dedication, and then for you to get ruined because of human error that everybody can see is an error, you got to eat that for a whole offseason, bro. And nobody out here is getting younger. Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna kind of use that to transfer into kind of the other major news going around the NFL right now. Unless you guys got anything else you want to add to the championship round there.
Go ahead, Slim.
Congratulations to all the teams, and I hope everybody comes out as healthy as possible so we get a decent Super Bowl.
The one thing I do want to throw out there is if the Rams do happen to win this Sunday, we might have to. I'm gonna have to see if I can get my dad to call back into to the podcast before the Super Bowl. So
There you go. That'd be fun.
I don't know if he's watching, but I'm pretty much volunteering you if they win. I don't think he's gonna have a choice. So we'll see what happens. The other big story kind of around the NFL this week is all the head coaches being fired up and down the list. Kind of a wild breaking news scenario on Monday with the Bills firing Sean McDermott. I mean, you kind of had to see this coming after getting as close as they did so many years in a row, and now their two biggest adversaries in the Chiefs and the Ravens are gone, and you just seem to find new ways to lose every single year. And do you guys think it was a good call? I think it was time for him to go.
Yeah,
I think it was a terrible call.
Really?
I think it was a
Okay,
terrible
go
call.
ahead.
Yes, we have to
I've got
stop
some grievances.
firing winning coaches. Like, listen to me. We have to stop firing winning coaches. You're one win away from a totally different storyline. This dude has made the playoffs very, very consistently. His offense puts up big numbers. They've had shuffles in wide receivers, but it doesn't matter. They keep moving forward. You can't win them all. You know how hard it is to win a Super Bowl, let alone a playoff game? We got to stop with this. We got to stop firing winning coaches, man. Look what they
I
did
think
to
the
Mike
wrong
Tomlin.
person in the organization was fired, because how does the director of player personnel become the new general manager, but my man gets fired? Make it make sense. How did both people not get severed from the organization? If he's got to be held accountable as the coach, you got to be held accountable as the player personnel. We can all agree that the Bills players have not been as tight as they were 2 years ago. but you reward one person and fire the other. I don't understand it.
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah,
JT. I'm sorry.
yeah, and I guess I kind of see the Bills were in a very similar situation as the Packers, where you got Matt LaFleur and Sean McDermott, who are very, very good head coaches, at least in regards to their record, but they just haven't been able to make that next step. And ultimately, I actually think both teams made the right decision. Um, I I think the issue it's clear that the issue in Buffalo is they were seeming to have obviously McDermott's more of a from what I understand he's more of a defensive coach. His background is on the defensive side of things. I think they I think they need to go the route of finding more of a coach like Matt LaFleur, someone who's more offensive oriented, building that consistency in your offense, taking Josh Allen to the next not really taking Josh Allen to the next level. He can't get a whole lot better, but taking that whole offense to the next level. Um, I'd really be interested to see if Buffalo decides to hire Brian Dable back as the head coach. I think that would be the right move. It's clear that he had something cooking with that offense when he was the offensive coordinator. He just wasn't able to make it work in New York. But ultimately, I think it was the right move. But I totally get it. I mean, Bakes, you make a really good point. It's you're taking a huge risk because he's got a really good record. He's been a really good head coach. I'm sure he's gonna get a really good job somewhere else. He might bounce back to be a head coach somewhere else. So I think it's a valid point. But it's clear that they were just looking to find something to take him over the edge. And I think it'd be interesting to see if they decide to hire Brian Dable.
Yeah, they're gonna
Uh,
hire some random coordinator, or they're gonna hire another fired coach. I don't like the way that they did Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh because, although they didn't win the game, but the whole crowd is screaming, "Fire Mike Tomlin! Fire Mike Tomlin!" The very next day, he just said, "You know what, guys? I'll give you what you asked for. I'm gonna go ahead and
To
step
hell with you.
down." Yeah, like we got to stop with this. When your coach is a winning coach, you have to you have to retain that guy, and you have to get him what he needs to be successful to get over the hump. Because what are we here for? We're here to make a playoff run, are we not? So if we
right.
make the playoffs, let's keep the same coach who got us to the playoffs 4 or 5 years in a row. And Mike Tomlin's thing, he made a playoff every year he was in the league as a head coach. So
Never had a losing
come on
season.
now. Yeah, it's
Now,
ridiculous.
Banks, I
Pittsburgh,
agree with you on one thing, but I disagree with you on the other because McDermott, I don't believe was the problem in Buffalo. But Tomlin was a problem in Pittsburgh because you haven't won a Super Bowl since you lost Big Ben. I honestly think if you switch the two coaches and put them in, if you put Tomlin in Buffalo and you put McDermott in Pittsburgh, they probably end up in the championship game together. Because I've never agreed with this concept of I have a good offense. Let's go get a defensive coach and just let the offense cook. No, sometimes you have a virtuoso offense. You need to go get a top caliber defensive coordinator, a la the Rams, a la the Chiefs. How you have these teams that are predominantly offensive, but they go get a defensive guru, a Rex Ryan, so, a defensive madman to just lock that down. Because if you don't, you end up becoming the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the early 2000s, where you have the best defense in the league, but your offense is getting you 10 points a game. Or vice versa, your offense will get you 35, but your defense is giving up 42. Like Tomlin, it was classy the way that it went down in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has had four coaches in the history of the entire franchise. So they were never going to fire Mike Tomlin. But when you've been in the same locker room for 10, 15, 20 years, eventually them speeches get old. Eventually you got to have something new in
Right.
there. Like even the top dynasties, like we all seen Belichick leave. Like the greatness goes out the door and you have to hit the reset button and you have to be mature enough to hit that reset button with the coach, with the GM, all the way from the top to the bottom. You got to start from scratch.
Yeah, it's kind of like you said, the coach is usually the first one to fall on the sword, even if it's not necessarily
man.
his fault. I mean, you're seeing it with, guys like Stefanski and the Browns just continuously being a dysfunctional organization. I'm
He
looking
got a
at the
job
list.
faster than anyone.
Yeah,
He
no
got a job
shit.
faster than
And
anyone.
didn't deserve it.
No, not at
The
all.
great thing
Not
about
at all.
Stefanski is he's got to play Baker Mayfield twice a year now.
He went to Atlanta,
That
right?
is
Yeah.
a beef that I can't
Yeah.
wait to see manifest because you looked at the greatest quarterback that the Browns have had possibly in the history of the franchise and said, you're not enough. And then look what you did with Shador. Like, he's going to get so much smoke in Atlanta, just generally, just off the Shador thing and then going to Atlanta. That dude is going to a Lions den, bro. He better win a lot of games for Atlanta next year.
I don't know how
Like
possible
10
I
to
win a lot of
12.
games with Atlanta.
He need to win
Yeah.
10 to 12, and y'all got their first round pick. So I don't know how he's supposed to do that.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of surprised to see him go to Atlanta because I guess the quarterback situation is so dicey, but they're kind of locked in to those guys. So yeah, I don't know exactly what sold him on Atlanta. I guess we'll just have to see what he can do with it.
Do you think it was
I
maybe the
gotta
bag?
believe it was the only place that was willing to give him money to be a coach again.
That's what I'm saying. You think it was just the bag? He said, "Fuck it
Yeah,
all."
like they said
Knowing
that
damn
the
well,
owners.
he's like he's a lame duck. He's going to be there for 2 years, possibly. And
I heard that the owner cooked him dinner. Like he personally brought him to his house and cooked
He let him
him
bang his
a
wife, too?
personal meal at his house.
Took him some ribs, yeah. Or Arthur
Yeah, man,
Blank.
that's some Hannibal Lecter shit, bro. I'm not feeling it. Gave
Bakes,
him nice Yanny and got that bag.
Bakes, how many games do you think you could win with Atlanta right now if you were to go down there and coach for him?
7. 7
Dre,
wins.
I know what you're going to say. Well, go ahead and say it.
I say about 4, man. I got Michael Penis, man. Like it is what it
Well,
is.
Don't sleep on that running back though. They got Bijan
The
Robinson.
running back is good. Look
He's
at the
gonna be-
division. You know what I'm
he's
saying?
gonna
That
be kinda like,
division, we could go
Kamara.
4-12, or we could just ball out and just get a first round bye. Like
That's a really good point. I guess that is one appeal of that job is that the division is so ass that I guess you don't really need to be that good
That's very
to
true.
make it work. Yeah.
can you
First
beat
thing
the
I'd do-
Saints?
First
Yeah,
thing I'd do is get my
probably.
special teams right. Second thing,
Can you
I'd
beat
make
the
sure
Saints?
my man London gets 1,500 yards receiving. Then I'm gonna get another 1,300 yards out of my running back, and I'm gonna use the tight end, like Dre said. I'm gonna bring in multiple tight ends. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? I feel like very confidently that if I was coaching the Atlanta Falcons, that we would have 7 wins at the very least.
And who would be your quarterback though? Because I know it wouldn't be Mike.
Well, it all depends. You know what I mean? It may be a multiple quarterback room. I might have to go get a quarterback. I might even just sign a guy off the practice squad and let him run first team reps. You know, we're going to
I
shake
know who
things
your
up.
quarterback gonna be. You gonna pick famous Jameis.
that man eats W's, like straight up. Yeah, he's
was
out
at
there eating
FSU.
dubs. Yeah, he was out there serving Jackson Dart dubs.
Yeah, he might go out and be able to throw you 30 touchdowns, but he'll throw 27 picks. But it'll be fun watching it the whole time.
So I got a scenario for you fellows. What if they get Malik Willis as the quarterback down there? Because everybody seems to think he's the next hot thing at quarterback.
Yeah, I know, because it seems like obviously you saw that Miami picked up one of the Packers' assistant GMs, and of course picked up our defensive coordinator as their head coach, Jeff Hafley. And so I think a lot of people are thinking that Willis might go to Miami, but yeah, that's another place that I think Willis could be really good. It'd be fun to watch Willis and Robinson and Drake London and Kyle Pitts. You put Willis into that lineup, man. That's not too shabby.
I like Malik. What you talking about, Willis? That's my boy. I've been rocking with him since college. I just feel like he's got that Teddy Bridgewater syndrome. He's never been in the right place to really let him thrive and show his talents. And if he gets to a place like Miami or Atlanta and he gets the right coach with a good quarterback coach, I think my man could ball out and really show the league that he was that dude and he still is that dude.
I believe he's a better version of Tyrod Taylor, most definitely, because we've seen Tyrod have some success in the NFL here and there in a pinch. He's obviously a career backup, but he most definitely went out there and performed well for a couple of the teams he's played for throughout his career. So
He's one of 5 dudes. They always like break glass in case of emergency if somebody gets injured. Like such and such quarterback is injured. They talking to Tyrod Taylor. Like they gonna be all right for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Like he ain't gonna win you like 9-10 games, but he's a good bridge till your guy get back. Maybe Minnesota should look into that. Because I'm tired of 9. 9 gotta go.
There's some people in Green Bay that like Willis over Jordan Love. So yeah, I know.
Oh, geez,
I think that's taking. I listen. I love Malik Willis. He's been a godsend as a backup quarterback, and I'm really happy that he's about to get his bag. But yeah, I thought that was a little stretch, but I guess not to detract from him. I'm really excited to see him get an opportunity, and no matter where he goes, as long as it's not somewhere like Minnesota, I'll be rooting for Malik Willis and hope he does well.
That'd be like me saying I'd prefer to see Jimmy Garoppolo out there instead of Matt Stafford, just because he has one bad game or something like that, or he's injured for a game and he does okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of Garoppolo, is everybody's favorite player. I don't know why.
Yes.
Everybody's favorite player is the backup quarterback.
Yep.
Well, because hang out
until he gets in and plays, and he's like, "Oh man, I need my starter back."
Yeah, he's actually made with the Rams, I believe, with the Rams making the championship game. This is his 7th NFC or AFC championship game that he will be a part of.
Jimmy G with them dubs, boy. Like he's like the Robert Horry of like football, man. He just picks the right team at the right time to hold up a trophy. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, I figured I'd jump in here real quick. Watching this Michigan game right now, they are going to pull this out and improve to 18-1 here, as they're going to win 74-62 at home against Ohio State tonight.
Yeah. So as
well, Slim, I think we should pay some bills here.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, let me bring in our hosting or our proud partner to bring us the show here. Hybrid himself. I'm gonna go ahead and remove myself, and I'm gonna let you talk amongst yourself while I grab me some water.
How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Well, I just want to say you guys have had a great show so far, man.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I only have a few announcements. Some exciting ones though. We just signed a new artist to our label, to Hybrid Self-Made OTT Records. His name is Austin Believe. I can post some more in the comments because we don't have any graphics ready for it. But and then other than that, we have an artist, Ash from the Past, who is going to be dropping a new song called Past Times on all platforms within the next few days. And other than that, our next show will be March 6th. We're in the process of building it right now. Flyer should be done within a week. We have all the artists booked, and that will be at the Beach House as per usual. And other than that, I don't have much more to add.
Most definitely. Well, I want to do a shout out to OTT Records, Hybrid Promotions. If you're a band, if you're an athlete or a business looking to level up your exposure and marketing, reach out to Hybrid Promotions. In my eyes, that's the only move to do. You can check us out at selfmadethelabelhybrid.com and support the people who support Selfmade.
Amen.
Congratulations to the new artists and the promotions.
All right.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be a great 2026. So make sure you guys stay tuned.
Yes, sir. We got plenty of shows coming up all across the board. Excited for Glizzy Fest coming up here as well.
Yep.
In the next couple weeks. Justin Pickett, shout out him. He'll be on there. Like you said, Ash from the Past will be there as well. Crooks will be on stage. I believe, is that the second night he's going to be there? Or?
I think he's on the first.
Okay.
First
or
second.
You remember the date for that? It's the 17th through the 19th, right?
Yeah, 17th through the 19th. I actually have pictures right here. Let's see.
And that will be at the Reverb Lounge down in the Benson area here if you are from Omaha.
Yep, it'll be either at the Reverb or Waiting Room. I think they have an outside stage as well this year, which will be pretty dope. I think it's the first time they've had an outside stage for a festival like this. So I cannot find the
Isn't
pictures.
that coming up? That could be kind of cold.
April said no, it's in April. April 17th to the 19th.
Mm,
So it's
That's
a hit or miss.
springtime.
fingers
That's
crossed.
springtime,
Fingers,
Slim.
fingers crossed
Yeah,
for him.
that's a hit or miss, but yeah, hopefully
Yeah,
it turns
fingers
out.
crossed, no snow.
Oh, yeah, I think last year was pretty nice.
Well, I mean, you never know. In April, it could snow one day. You could get 9 inches of snow, and then it'll be gone by lunchtime the following day around here sometimes. So,
Right. That's how it is.
Spence, you have anything you wanna chime in on that we talked about so far? I know you've been running around behind the scenes a little bit for us, but
Yeah, I'm just I'm a Bears fan, so
Sorry, buddy.
I'm very disappointed, but I'm very proud that this season gave a lot of highs that the Bears fans haven't had in a very long time. So I'm hopeful for the future, and it was a great season, man. So
are you on the Iceman train officially?
yeah, I was kind of skeptical, but I think he could be a franchise quarterback if he builds on what he's been doing. So
Will he be
Shout
the
out
first
to my
Bears
man as a
quarterback
Bears
to
fan,
have
bro.
4,000 yards?
oh yeah, definitely.
I've been asking y'all to put some respect on Caleb Williams' name for way too long now. It's nice to see a Bears fan in the chat. Y'all did wonderful. Y'all had a great game last week.
Yeah.
I do not know why that man ran that route like that. If he didn't, we might have a whole different conversation this week. But
Yeah, he
people gotta
definitely
realize
stepped up.
Chicago coming, bro. Chicago coming.
Definitely.
And
But other than that,
apparently they might
Well,
end
they
up
gotta
in
knock out the big
Omaha or
dogs first.
Indiana.
Yeah,
Hopefully
From
y'all
Northwest
stay in
Indiana.
Chicago.
next
I think it'd be
year-
kind of cool to see him move to Northwest Indiana.
Oh man, they need to move to Omaha, man. The Omaha Bears, dog.
That would be
There you
that'd be
go.
pretty dope. That'd be pretty dope, yeah. But
Where do
no,
you
other
think they
than
put
that,
the where would they even put a stadium around here?
Dude, you put the stadium out there by the new Buc-ee's, cuz. You put it out there in
I,
Gretna.
ooh,
Oh yeah, I'm
That
down
would-
with
that
that.
would
I'm
be
cool with
smart.
that.
That way
I'm
I
cool
get
with
a
that.
brisket
Like, oh,
sandwich
like,
and
oh,
go
that's
see the
close to me.
game. I'm on.
That'd take me 5 minutes to get there.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Buc-ee's out and have a football stadium out in Gretna, dog. You go get some shoes and go see the game. You on. Go get you some Jordan 1s and go see the game, man. Get a hot dog. You glizzed
Man,
up.
that's
Good.
what I should have had something prepared for. Was that Bucky's coming out here?
I heard about that, man.
totally
I got
slipped
so
my mind.
excited, bro.
Yeah, it's going to be right across from the outlet mall, right on the other side of the interstate, where they're building all that expansion stuff out there.
My boy Sam stayed down in Alabama. He said it's about to change the game when Buc-ee's get up here, bro. We're not ready for this brisket sandwich. I'm telling you.
I've had it a few times out of state, and I gotta say it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I went to Dallas last December 24, and we drove by 10 of them and never once stopped. We always talked about it in the car on the way there, and it never crossed my mind. And now I'm kind of upset that we never stopped. But it looks like I get my retribution with it. Them throwing up one right down the street
You
there.
blew it like Halliburton's Achilles. You blew it, dog.
Didn't even well, I was so hungover on the day coming back. I slept in the back of the car the whole way. So I
Yeah,
don't think I was,
that brisket sandwich would have got you right, man. That would have got you up and functioning, bro. Get you a
Unfortunately,
brisket
unfortunately, I
burrito.
wasn't the driver. I was just the passenger, so I didn't really have any say.
I hope you're not driving and you tossed.
No, we don't do that anymore. We learned our lesson.
We're adults now.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing. But yeah,
Spence,
that brisket burrito would have got you right, dog. I'm telling
Spence,
you.
Huskers,
Now I'm craving it.
Huskers 19-0.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Honestly, I'm not a big basketball guy like you guys, but the season they have has gotten me back into it, so that's nice to see. And I bet that's happening to people all over. You know what I mean? So it's creating a spark that we haven't had in a while. So
I'm happy for you guys.
definitely.
Thank you.
Well, I got nothing else to add. I'm gonna let you guys get back to your scheduled show, and I will sit here and watch and moderate the chat and hang out.
Absolutely, baby. We
All right,
appreciate you
brother.
stopping
Appreciate
by.
it. Appreciate it, man.
Stay blessed.
All right. Peace, Spence. Anybody else got anything they want to throw in here real quick before we move on? Anything they want to say? Anything they want to get off their chest at this point?
I was just gonna say I don't have any hate for Caleb Williams. He's a hell of a quarterback. It looks like he's probably the the next coming of Aaron Rodgers. I just hate that motherfucker Ben Johnson. That guy is the scum of the earth. He is, man. He's created a lot of bulletin board material for the rest of the NFC North, and I hope he gets what's coming to him. So,
Well, see, that's what they needed. He's been in that whole division, so he's beefing with everybody
he's
in your
everybody
division.
off, man.
That's what he's supposed to do. Like he came from the Lions
it's working.
staff, bro.
It's working,
Yeah, no
man.
shit. Yeah. He's kind of producing some results here. So
Yeah.
Imagine going from the Lions to the Bears, and then like you still got to play the Packers and the Vikings. You just hate everybody now.
Yeah.
Like you all are my enemies now. Like I love Slim to death, man, but I do not rock with the Rams. You know, that's my guy. But when it comes to the Rams, like I hate y'all because y'all in the same division. If y'all was in any other division, it wouldn't be like that.
yeah,
It would be more like a Cowboys kind of thing. I just kind of hate them because they exist. You know?
yeah, and you got our former Iowa State quarterback as your guy too.
Yeah, and it
so
goes
that
both ways,
makes it
man.
that makes it a little harder for myself. But at the end of the day, we stay tried and true with the boys in blue.
They rivals for a reason, bro. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
in my
That's a
defense,
beautiful thing.
in my defense, they were a St. Louis team when I became a Rams fan.
And
And it
that's
runs
why
in the
y'all
family.
so arrogant, because y'all won in both states. Like you got a
Arrogant?
ring
Who
in
is being
St.
arrogant
Louis, you
over
got a
here?
ring in Cali.
No,
I don't feel it.
hey, listen,
My
man, we're just
uncle
happy
was a
to be
Rams
here.
fan,
We're
bro.
just happy to be here, bro. We're just happy to be here. It could
As
be
you
worse.
should, man. Like I've been telling people all year, we play in the hardest division in football, bro. Like
Yeah,
it
three
was
teams with
1 to
10
2
plus
games
wins.
between anybody having the number 1 seed in our own division. That's insane.
Well, and
And then you
technically
look
that
at
all
like
fell
NFC
that all
South
fell down
state.
to that picked up 2-point conversion.
Like we got to do some realignment, man. Like the Falcons shouldn't get to have like a home field bye in the playoffs. The Saints, the Bucks, they shouldn't have that advantage.
Yeah,
It needs to be based on the wins that you have. Like the top 6 seeds based on wins or who gets home field advantage.
yeah. Well, you did mention that it's going to be some bulletin board material. Speaking of some bulletin board material, how about Mr. Signetti backing up everything he said about what he was going to accomplish at Indiana, getting that done in year 2, 16-0.
First team ever to go 16-0.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very hard. It's a very, very hard thing to do. It's really, really good to see someone just in our region just to really just do it. They're not really known for a lot of wins in college football. So to see them go from nothing to something and to be the big dogs on campus now, I think that's tremendous. And that goes to, his players believe in him. They fight for him. They'll run through brick walls with no pads on for this guy. They believe every word he says, and we'd be foolish to not believe what he's saying at this moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
They just took care of business. Simple as that. So it'll be interesting to see if they can keep it up. Obviously, they won't have the quarterback next year. I don't exactly know what their plan is there. I saw that Mendoza's little brother entered the transfer portal.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be a nice clean succession plan, but I guess not. So that's what it comes. This seems like this has all the makings of the next college football dynasty, and it just be interesting to see. And I hope that Signetti can kind of harvest it and make it happen, because it seems like a good guy, seems like a good team, and I'm really happy that they're able to get it done.
Yeah, it seems like he's kind of waited a long time for this. I know he comes from the Saban coaching tree and spent a lot of time down there in Alabama. Did you guys find it interesting that Nick Saban picked Miami instead of Indiana in that game, or do you think there's something behind that, or is it just kind of you believe that's actually what Saban wanted?
I picked Miami based off of Michael Irvin and the energy he was given. He had me believing that Miami could play with these guys, and
Mike was giving high cocaine energy, man. I feel it.
Yeah, yes, he was.
Fresh off the boat.
He was given that cocaine bear energy for sure. That is true. That's
Well,
all facts.
We're all four of the guys up for national championship, former Saban assistants though.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They were all saving guys.
Yeah,
Oh, were they
so
really?
like
Saving guy too.
Wow.
yeah, so he had too many dogs in the fight anyway.
But I
Yeah.
was surprised to see so many of those guys in pregame picking Miami. I think McAfee was the only guy that ended up picking Indiana, so I was a little surprised at that. So
Yeah, I
They
saw
do
people
that for
picking
clicks and
Miami
ratings,
across the
bro.
board in a lot of places. I thought that was weird. I mean, Indiana, I mean, they kicked the shit out of almost everybody that they played this year, other than, you know, the close couple games they have. But in a 16-game season, you're going to have at least one or two close games.
I've been waiting
Yeah.
for this all year, fellas. Like I've been pontificating for this team for quite some time, and it's because it was almost like Kurt Signetti was like, "Okay, this is how we do the NIL. Sit back and let me teach you how to stunt. I'm gonna take a bunch of 3-star players. I'm gonna sprinkle in a couple good guys over the next 2 years, and we'll be the first team to ever go 16-0 in the college football playoff era." The way he did it is the right way. In an era where we got players who are committed to teams and decommitting and don't want to pay back the money and all this other stuff, we got one dude who goes to a team in the Midwest with the lowest expectations possible and completely does what we try and do on the college football game, which is flip a 1-star team to a 5-star team in a 2-year span. It's got to be incredibly hard to get players to come there that aren't coming there to play basketball, since it's specifically a basketball school. So to get him there, to get the people in structured in, to get the players to believe in themselves, to get the right schedule where you play the right teams at the right time, to have that field goal go the way it did against Ohio State. It was like a cornucopia of things that all went together to make this what it was. And so when they got to Miami, my brain is like, this is the Miami Hurricanes. I've seen them do this a million times. It makes sense for them to win it. But sometimes, like I said, Cinderella got a fat ass, and she came in
All
the
right.
ball to play.
classic.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, everybody sees Cinderella out there twerking right now, don't you?
Oh shit.
My boy Signetti did his thing, man. I tell you, if they weren't in the same conference as Nebraska, I get merch, man, because I'm so proud of them boys and I feel so good for them. It's nice to see somebody new, man. Miami got all the trophies in the world. Indiana got one, and they so proud about that. And that's a good city, and them people deserve that. So hats off to them guys, man. Y'all did it.
And I also want to. It's a big moment for our friends out in Iowa City. I know they've really touted the almost beating Indiana thing the entire year. So hopefully they put
Hey, yeah,
up a
there you
banner,
go.
put up a banner in Kinnick
absolutely.
Stadium if they almost beat Indiana. So big congratulations to the University of Iowa football program. It's
If Mark Gronowski didn't get
big moment
injured,
for you guys.
if Mark Gronowski didn't get injured, they would have won.
Yeah,
Just
I
remember
think the
that.
banner. I think the banner's going to say that too.
If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk, fellas.
You know what I'm saying?
If was a fifth, we party all night.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, shout out
Mhm.
to Indiana. Congratulations to them. I guess they went from the worst college football program in history to now potentially being in the spot to be the best. It happened so quick. I don't know if you can really kind of congratulate them for the long climb to the top, because it wasn't like it was a long climb to the top. It was they pretty much summited the mountain almost overnight. I mean, we're looking at what happened at Iowa State. It took 10 years just to get to a point where maybe you could even think about, the playoffs. And Indiana's just out here within 2 years. They flipped the whole script and go from, I think they were like 1-11 a couple years ago, like maybe right before Signetti got there, and now they're 16-0. So it's something incredible to see.
Everybody was stretching for a sprint. They were stretching for a marathon, bro. Sometimes you just get somebody who comes in that front office and he built different. Like I said, he got that mob swag, man. I mess with Signetti.
Yeah, well,
Signetti
gentlemen,
come in and shut down the studio. You know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody in here, sit down, shut up, or get out. You know, sometimes that's the leadership that you need. You know, that's why you get so many recycled coaches. Because, okay, well, he was here and he was doing this thing, so I already know how he get on. And I got fired from there a couple of years ago. I kind of been waiting on him, but I don't like that. We got to get fresh blood. We got to get new blood. There's no reason for it to be 8 openings in the NFL and it's like 12 people as the candidates, and 6 of them is dudes that just got fired. That doesn't make any sense. Go get you a young college coach. In like the next 2 years, I completely expect somebody to be coming and knocking on Cignetti's door trying to get him in the NFL. Because you got to get them young, hip coaches. That's what I like about the Rams. Y'all got McVay. McVay was young. He was innovative. He got an
34.
OG defensive coordinator, and then he came out and he cooked. Like, we can't keep having Brian Daboll and Harbaugh and the same dudes in the same cycle every year because you're going to keep getting the same result.
Yeah, if Cignetti was like 10 years younger, I think he might have been. I believe he's a Pittsburgh guy. I think he would have been a good candidate for the Steelers. But I don't know if I see Cignetti moving on. I don't know if people realize. I think he's like 65 years old.
Yeah, he's 65.
So I just don't know if that's in the cards for him. It's kind of weird. It doesn't. It seems weird that like I think like Mike Tomlin's like 15 years younger than Kurt Cignetti, which is kind of crazy. I think it's either 10 or 15 years. So yeah, and that's kind of where you're kind of bummed out for. I guess not bummed out for Cignetti because he's having a hell of a time right now. But if he'd had this success earlier, maybe he would have been able to build it into an NFL coaching career. Because I'd be really curious to see what a coach like him could do in the NFL. But I don't know if it's in the cards or not. I guess these guys like to coach a long time, so who the hell knows? But I just don't know.
You could pull a Pete Carroll and go to the league at 68 years old or something, man.
That's a really good
Coach
point.
for 1 year,
Really
get
point.
fired.
Yeah.
Coaching is different, man. Like, a lot of coaches will get jobs just based off of their, body of work. And you be like, this dude is like 62 years old, bro. And they're like, he's the best dude for the job. And I'm like, that's insane. Coaching and being the president, you can be on AARP and it's perfectly fine. Nobody bats an eye. This is like 2 of the hardest jobs in America, man. Like being a coach and being the president. Why would you want to do that shit at like 65 plus?
That is crazy. I don't get how some of these guys do that. Just enjoy your life, man.
Right.
Right off in the sunset.
Money
I
talks.
want to wake up and make hard decisions every day, and I've been up since 4 a.m. It sounds terrible.
It has a lot to do with arrogance.
Yeah,
Master
arrogance
of
and
your
ego.
craft. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, these guys
Yeah.
get caught up in wanting to be successful and not wanting to put it down. It's when you're at the top of your game, it's hard to walk away. You can just look at boxers who stayed in the game too long, like Evander Holyfield. He should have left when he was at the top of his game. He got too old and he got snuck. You know what I mean? Just like Pete Carroll, like he went to the Raiders and he just blew the place up. Like he just ruined everything.
Technically,
No,
he got
absolutely.
him a first overall pick, so he did do him a favor on the way out the door.
Yeah, he did.
That man was a scapegoat. You went and got the Geritol coach to go coach Geno Smith. Come on, man. Y'all set that man up. I'm 70 years old and you give me Geno Smith, bro. I'm ready to crash out for Pete Carroll, man.
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah.
think
no,
you're
I
being
believe
fair.
it.
I don't think the league was being fair. I don't think Tom Brady was being fair.
That's
And
hilarious.
I want Pete Carroll to get another coaching job. I don't care how
I
old he
don't.
is.
I don't. I
He
don't.
go
I
catch,
need,
man. He could go
I need to
coach
see him
Sam
relaxing.
Houston.
He needs
I
to
don't
enjoy
care, bro.
retirement. He does not need no more money.
Yeah,
He's
no,
blatantly a crook.
he's good. He's good.
He's blatantly a crook.
Right.
He does everything
2
in
years.
shady light. No, thank
2
you.
years, University of Rice, dog. I'm with it. Make it happen.
All right.
University of Rice.
With that being said, well, all right, we're gonna cut that there. We're gonna move on with that. We'll let that one sit in the air. Biggs, I know you wanted. We were talking last night about kind of Millard South here and their continued dominance of the entire state of Nebraska when it comes to high school football. They had an opponent forfeit on them earlier this year. They ended up winning, I believe. Their points for to points against this year was like 314-14. JT, obviously, Iowa State at one point had a commit from Millard South that ended up flipping to Alabama and Jet Tomalia. But Nebraska here with 2 players now in the upcoming class coming out of Millard South here, right down the street from where I used to live, actually.
Yep, these guys are verbally committed to Nebraska. Trey Taylor out of Illinois. He's transferring from Illinois high school to Millard South here in Omaha, Nebraska. And the wide receiver, what's his name? I believe it's Tay Ellis out of Texas. He's leaving his high school in Texas, coming to Millard South as well. I think is these high schools becoming pipelines. It's good to see Husker commits moving to Nebraska to be closer to the stadium, to be closer to the coaching staff, so they could be evaluated efficiently right here in the home state. I think that's very, very important. Is this something that is going to be happening across all college football, or is it just
That's a
something
good
that's
point.
just happening here in Nebraska?
Oh, so
What do you guys say
is
about this, Dre?
the guy that
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, JT.
so that this guy like moved closer for his last year of high school. Is that what you
Yep.
said?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
There
just to
was
be closer to the stadium. He's 40 minutes away from Lincoln. So
Josh.
the
There was
coaches
someone
will
at
be
Iowa
able
State
to.
that did that.
Yeah.
God, who
where'd
was
they?
it?
Where'd they go? Did they go to Ames?
He moved to Ankeny.
Oh,
Whatever it was.
was it this year? This season?
No, it was a couple years ago.
Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, these 2 players are very, very highly touted. These guys are 4-star athletes, potential to be 5 stars with their game tape from this upcoming season. Dre, what do you have to say about the situation?
I'm looking at it like a gift and a curse. The gift part is that we got a pipeline here in Nebraska where we are getting high caliber athletes. The curse is it's only one school. We need Central or North or South or the other somebody else has got to get this level of talent coming in. Otherwise, we'll get to a point when the quarterback will be playing like the first half for the first 3 quarters and won't play
Exactly.
the 4th quarter at all because we'll be up 72-0. So it'll stifle his development. But on the same note, it's good because when he gets ready to go to Lincoln, he's already there. He's already got accustomed to the town. He's already been on campus. So I love the fact that having a pipeline here in Nebraska is something that I've wanted and I've needed for a long time. But Central, South, North, Northwest, y'all got to look at this and y'all got to step your game up because you can't just roll out there and get beat 70-0 by the best team in the state and think you're going to keep getting players who want to come play for those teams. And those are teams in the state that have predominantly put out the best talent, NFL caliber talent. So they can pull those levels of players in. But what are they doing at Millard South? What's in the water there that's getting everybody to want to go there, but nobody else to want to go anywhere else? I don't want it to become a powerhouse of talent to where the talent doesn't spread evenly throughout the city to where they don't have competition.
Yeah, I mean something's got to be done about that. You can't just be having all the best guys in the state or even from out of state just transferring into one school. And I get why they're doing it. What's the deal for that, by the way? Is there some money that's back in Millard South, or is their coach that good? Or like I guess I haven't looked too much into it.
That's the main thing I can't figure out is why everybody just chose Millard South.
Because it's just kind of happening
like,
all of a sudden.
Good.
It's just always kind of it's just kind of suddenly really like taken off in the last. I feel like
It
3 or
really
4
blew
years.
up in like the last 3
It was
years.
Bellevue West. It was Bellevue West for a
And
while.
Gretna.
Yeah.
Central
Gretna.
had a couple. Well, yeah, Gretna had a nice run, but they haven't been consistently doing that. We're talking about
Westside?
schools that are consistently doing it. Yes, Westside's had their runs.
Yeah, Westside had a run.
Yeah.
I think it's just a
Even-
cycle of things that just come into play, but I think it might be some type of like booster situation, man. Because why is everybody just going to Millard South out of nowhere?
It has to
I don't
be.
know.
Like, that's
I'm
the only
not
thing I
trying
can
to start
think
an
of.
investigation. I just want more talent to come into the state because I like that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, anything that you can bring in is going to help make everything better. And yeah, there's kind of an imbalance of power right now with kind of the talent discrepancy. But I mean, if you want to beat them, you better go out and beat them. Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
Like these boys is gonna be ranked probably top 25 in the country. So with that being said, that's gonna
and they start playing.
That's gonna put eyes on the state that have never been here before, and we need that.
Yeah.
And everybody, like, for the longest time, the South has been hoarding all of the talent. Like, it's nice to see that talent get spread out, whether it be NIL or whatever the case may be. Like, these kids are athletes; they got to go to school, and if they got to get a little kickback or whatever, man, like, you a kid, you deserve to go where your friends are and what makes you happy.
Do you guys believe that with the NIL situation, Carson Beck basically admitted that he didn't go to any classes. Like, he spends 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the facilities every day. I mean, granted, he's like a 6-year senior or whatever, but do you think that money is starting to now funnel down to the high school level, maybe a little more? It might have always been there, to a certain extent, but do you think it's becoming a little more prevalent now that I can pay you at 17 or 18 when you become a freshman in college? I mean, do you think that maybe has some influence floating around the country?
Well, you look at places like LSU, they get kids there at 12 and 13 and 14 years old that commit to the university. So, like, how is that part of it legal without having to give them some type of financial incentives? I'm 12 years old and I'm committed to LSU in 6 years. Like, I'm 14 years old. I'm committed to Alabama. Like, that's diabolical work, bro.
JT, Iowa State basketball signed a sophomore last year.
Did they?
Yeah, he doesn't come on campus until 27, and this was middle of last season.
Crazy.
Like, that's outrageous. Bakes.
I think it's a really, really great thing, like Dre said, to just bring awareness to your state, where you're not getting those eyes that you normally would have. Like with Nebraska, like, we haven't had too many like high school players to really like make an impact, like Delmon Green did, like Gale Sayers and Ronell Grigsby and all those guys, and Courtney Grigsby. It's been a while since we've had some really, really big names come out of Nebraska and really just like make a mark as a true freshman type situation. So just seeing these guys coming from other schools just to be close to the stadium here in Lincoln, I just think it's tremendous, man. Like, I'm excited about it.
And the way that they give Matt Rule hell and how he does his thing in the NIL, like, if we got a pipeline in the state, I'm all for it, man.
JT, is there kind of a discrepancy going on with Des Moines schools right now? I know there for a while, Southeast Polk had they had both Moberly and Sama there, both who went to Iowa State. But do you see anything like that floating around now, or is it kind of have the powers kind of bounced out a little bit?
No, definitely not. I mean, it's definitely even worse than we were than what it was when we were in high school. Like, even Urbandale's fallen behind. I thought they should have made the decision to drop down a class, but they're standing true in the CIML. But yeah, I mean, the Des Moines schools are pretty much irrelevant. It's all Johnson, Waukee, and Southeast Polk these days. Even after Waukee split into two high schools, it seems like they're able to still keep one of their powerhouse schools. But yeah, Urbandale's having a tough time. They're so landlocked. I did see that their basketball team was really good this year, though. So that was nice to see. Yeah, they're starting to put it together. It reminds me of the good old days. But other than that, yeah, the Jayhawks are struggling, man. They probably need to drop down, but it seems like they're being stubborn about it. But hey, whatever, man.
Was it still Bill Watson at the?
No, he's long gone. It's somebody else now.
Yeah, I'm out of state, so it's out of mind at that point.
Yeah,
but I remember he was always kind of a stubborn jackass. Shout out Bill Watson. I hope you watch this.
Yeah, he's like the superintendent at Martinsdale St. Mary's High School, I think.
Oh,
good
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, JT, and for you, Slim. with Iowa State in your recruiting and with the new coaching staff, what exactly are you guys going to be looking for next season out of your team?
Well,
Let's start.
actually, I'm glad you said that because here to finish off the show, I kind of wanted to go through the Iowa State schedule tonight. So JT, I'll let you kind of. I don't know if you watched the Rogers interview this week,
I
but
did. Yeah.
I haven't been able to see that yet. So you'll have a little more insight than me, but I'm kind of liking where this is going right now.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the interview with Rogers was pretty good. I mean, Williams didn't get too in depth on anything. It was
Right.
pretty surface level. So I mean, it was just kind of more just to get to know the guy. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good with where this roster's at. I mean, he was very clear that he was very happy with what they did on the offensive line side of things.
Yeah, I heard that.
It's very clear that they, kind of inside out kind of approach to recruiting, and they, man, it's kind of crazy how low we were and how high we are now, and just seeing this schedule come out. There's a lot of opportunity. I mean, hell, the Cyclones don't even have to get on a plane until October 10th, so they get to enjoy the friendly confines of the state of Iowa for their first 5 games. So hopefully that gives them a chance to build some confidence, to build some routine. I think it's certainly a lot of winnable opportunities. I think you and I were kind of talking. It's hard to really guess what
Oh,
a
yeah.
schedule could be just because you don't know what the other teams got. But it seems like that they could be as good as 9-3. I think I'd kind of landed on it's going to be tough to beat BYU.
Yep.
It's going to be it might be tough to beat Arizona, might be tough to beat Baylor depending on what their quarterback situation is, and then I guess I don't know what Utah is looking like. Originally that coaching change was just supposed to be a succession plan, and so you figured they wouldn't have dropped off much, but obviously you had a little drama there, and Whittingham decides to go to Michigan, and so Utah could be ripe for the taking again. So yeah, I think things are looking good. I'm really excited about Jalen Rayner at quarterback, man. Josh, I don't know if you saw that vlog post that he put out there for his visit to Ames. It was really, really cool. If you haven't, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, no, I haven't
That's
seen
my
that.
boy. I love Jalen Rayner. I played with him from Arkansas State on college football.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Now you're starting quarterback for the Cyclones here.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Might check
kinda-
y'all out, man. That dude's a beast.
Yeah.
Kind of looking at the schedule here. Like you said, the first 5 games you don't really leave. You don't leave the state. I mean, you got to go to Iowa, and that game. It is what it is. Whatever. This would be one of those teams that it seems like could come out and maybe pop them in the mouth and catch them off guard and potentially win. But I'm not too concerned about the Hawks at this point. Like I said, that game is what it is. That Utah test to open up the Big 12 is going to be really tough for them. Like I said, we'll kind of see what comes out of that once everything's kind of all said and done, the dust settles there. But then you got West Virginia after that. I mean, that you would hope that game's winnable. I mean, something's got to be winnable in the conference here at some point. And I would assume by that time, when you get to West Virginia, you'll know exactly what you have as far as kind of a team or where you could potentially improve, or like it's just going to be, this is it. So following down, going to BYU. I mean, that game's going to be tough. Luckily, between BYU and Arizona, you do get a bye week. So you do have a chance to kind of recover a little bit. And then, you come back there. I got Oklahoma State at home. They're pretty much in the same situation as us, but they did bring the 2 studs from North Texas with them. And what is it? Mesterkamp, I believe, was the name of their quarterback, and then that running back that North Texas had. And then, like I said, Baylor, Aranda's, I don't know. He hasn't really impressed me ever since they made that championship run in 2021, 2022. They haven't really been relevant since then, with just kind of a lot of turnover. But like you said, with the Lagway coming in, it will be interesting to see what they can do. Cincinnati, we know they lost Sorsby to Texas Tech. And by the way, Iowa State did luck out by once again not having to face the Red Raiders. I know that
that's crazy.
That other shoe is going to drop at some point, but at least
Mhm.
while they're sitting where they're at right now, like they've escaped the beast twice in a row. So they'll kind of really got to appreciate that. And then Central Florida down there at Central Florida, it'll be warm down there. So that game, that's the Fighting Scott Frost there. So that'll be
Yep.
a chance to do something for you Husker boys.
Yeah,
And
Scott
then,
Frost is a little sassy right now, so it'll be interesting to watch that game. I think I'm going to watch that on television.
And then Kansas State
Sure.
to finish out there.
For that one.
That
So how many
State game
wins
will
do
be a
you
cold
see?
one.
So how many wins do you guys see?
Realistically, you'd like to go into the last week of the season against Kansas State at 6-5.
Yeah, that's
That's kind of what I was thinking too. Yeah, I'm looking at the schedule and I'm like, y'all got that block where y'all gonna basically be at Iowa for like a month and a half. That's either gonna get you ready or it's gonna spoil you. But it's like hit or miss with a lot of these teams because people get ready for the draft and things like that. And shout out to y'all coaching staff for pulling together a nice little transfer portal situation because
Yeah.
coming into the transfer portal, man, it was looking uglier than Patrick Ewing for y'all, bro. And y'all seemed to, just swoop it together and get it.
It was
right,
very
get it tight.
Tyrone Hillish. It was very Tyrone Hillish.
Yeah. It was looking pretty ugly, pretty dire. But y'all seem to get
Sam
a
Cassell,
quarterback
yes.
and get your offensive line. The offense and defensive line is going to be key for you guys because you're gonna have a lot of cold games. Y'all gonna have to run that ball.
Yeah, JT,
So
I know.
guess six wins seem realistic.
I know you got something to say about the offensive line. We've seen it. For years. It's kind of been an Achilles heel, and Rodgers came out right away and said, this is gonna be one of my main focuses. And he came out and said he was surprised with kind of the haul they got. So it really makes you wonder if they were kind of swinging for the fences and were really surprised to get some of the big names. So that gives you at least hope as a fan that whatever is happening behind the scenes has got guys at least willing to come in and buy in for, if not a year, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's so crazy to see like some of the schools that they're getting these guys from. I mean, these are guys that are coming from other Power 5
Right.
5 schools and had other Power 5 offers, and they're also getting some good guys from the lower levels as well. So it seems like and their offensive line coach was the offensive line coach as an SEC school at Auburn.
Yep.
So you just kind of, I mean, in the back of my mind, you kind of wondering, what's the catch? Why are we getting
Right.
these guys? I guess that's
Right.
just the chronic Iowa State fan in me. But at this point, I'm just kind of riding the high and really impressed with what Rodgers and company was able to do.
Yeah, and then not to mention
All
with everything that left that is now transferred over to Penn State. I can't remember when the Big 12 or the Big 10 releases their schedules. I think it's sometime I want to say it's maybe next week, within the next month for sure. But now once we get that Nebraska schedule and that Penn State schedule, we'll definitely have to break those down as well. Bakes, is anything stand out to you on here that you see?
No, I'm just interested to see like with everything that's new with you guys to see how you guys are going to go out and go get these W's. Before we run out of time, before the show ends, Dre, what would you like to see out of the Huskers in this upcoming season?
I just want to see more physical. I want to see better tackling. We gotta tackle better, man. Like just all my teams, man. Like tackling is a fundamental part of the game. And when we had Scott Frost, we weren't tackling at all, and you can tell the new regime has us tackling. So that's just number one is tackling. Number two on defense, less reacting and more reading. Like the plays, go out there and execute. I'm curious about the run game. I felt like we got kind of lazy at NIL when it came to getting a running back. Curious about the tight end situation because we always see the need something at tight end. The quarterback, he seems very mature. He'll probably take the starting spot over TJ. TJ will make a good backup. Um, it's just like I said with NIL, everything's just wide open. Like we got guys right now that are like under contract, trying to get out of contract, and people who are leaving after the portal has already been closed. Like, so I'm just glad we got everything solidified. We got a nice little class when it started off shaky, but we got everything tightened up. And just hope my boys go out there, get with the strength and conditioning coach, get some of them Omaha steaks, and get bigger, stronger, faster, and tougher.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Bakes, what do you want to see out of the Huskers coming into 2026?
I want to see a real quarterback competition. We got a Nebraska native coming back from Virginia back to the Huskers. We got the guy from UNLV, and we signed a freshman out of Las Vegas. So, and then we got our boy who came in for Raiola when he got injured. So I'm just interested in seeing the quarterback play. Who's going to win the job? I really want a real competition. I say, Dre, we get some guys together, go hit up that spring game and see who's out there slinging it and who's out there just trying to be on the team for the likes. So
it's been too long since we had a good spring game show out, so I wouldn't be mad at that.
Are you guys both kind of happy that with Raiola now finally gone and that's the whole situation's like kind of passed? Are you guys kind of happy to see that all that unnecessary attention that he brings with kind of I don't know if I'd call him antics, but just the kind of like the extra stuff that comes with him? Are you guys happy to move on from that and kind of turn the page and start fresh?
Well, most definitely. I don't want nobody who's a flip flopper. You know what I'm saying? Half in, half out.
Right.
You got to be solidified. You got to be 10 toes down in what you're doing. You can't be saying all the nice things, but secretly worried about how much money you're getting. You're here to get tape so you can go on to the next level. And at some point, he lost the fact of what this was truly about. It was to really make a mark here in Nebraska, really set the tone, help boost recruiting, put us back on the map. First 5-star quarterback that we got since the guy who we signed, he was a 5-star. He ended up just playing baseball and then going pro immediately. He never even played football for us. So yeah, Bubba Starling. So most definitely I'm just looking for some good quarterback play. Raiola's gone. That shit is over. I don't need no wishy-washy this on my QB1.
I'm very happy with the way that we handled it as an organization. We kind of like, this is what's happening, brushed them off and used it as an afterthought, focus our energy on getting new quarterbacks that wanted to be here. Like the energy that people give Caleb Williams, give Dominic that same energy for that zesty ass Ohio State photo shoot that he did. That shit was egregious. I don't know. The photo shoot in and of itself is why he needed to get up out of Nebraska, bro. You're too zesty. You're doing too much. You move from Adidas and Nike. You got your jerseys and all that. Have fun being a backup because you would have started here. So because Oregon's quarterback has came back because he refuses to go be a Jet. I can't be mad at him for that. So you have a fun time sitting on the bench. We only want players that want to be here, bro. If you don't want to be here, like you want to go out the door, that's cool, man. Because we're gonna get somebody in here who wants your spot and wants to be great. Dylan was afraid to be great, and that's why he went to Oregon. You took the easy route, bro.
He was doing it for the likes.
And you're gonna have to see us. You're gonna have to see us, bro.
Yeah, well, now he's going to be riding the pine for a year as well, since Dante Moore's coming back, getting paid $7.5 million to return to Oregon for another season. This just has to stop at some point. Like this gets to a point where,
like, is the Jets so bad that you had to stay in college?
I mean, who are they going to hire? I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
Nobody. That's where quarterback talents go to die.
Aaron Glenn's going to get fired next year after they go 3-14 anyways. So it's like, why do I want to? I don't even know who the coach is going to be.
That's a very true statement. I hate sitting duck coaches And it's like you only hired him because he was there when y'all used to be good.
Yep. Or he's good where he's at now, so he's got to be good here, right?
Yeah. JT, you got anything?
Nope, I'm all squared away.
All
right, gentlemen,
we should land this plane.
Yeah.
I do have an interesting note here, or an important note, excuse me, an important, interesting note, I guess, from our program director behind the scenes. Be Positive does have an interview on Sunday with Long Bus Short Thoughts, so be looking out for that in the future. Should be out here within a month. Bakes, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give you the honors tonight. Why don't you go ahead and shut it down?
All right, well, guys, that's going to do it for our episode of Self-Made Friday Night Live. If you rocked with us, make sure you follow us and follow the show. Tell somebody to tap in. Let's raise as much awareness as possible. We'll be back next Friday, same place, same energy, giving you what you need. We're self-made. Nothing is given. Everything is earned, man. Everybody stay